So that was Iona Abbey that you weren't really that fussed on going to. What do you think?
Not too shabby. Worth the visit.
We're not finished yet.
Yeah, true.
I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
This is the old Abbey garden. There would have been a garden here in the Abbey's heyday, and they would have planted for not only for food but for medicine as well. But as the selection of herbs they have here is really quite spectacular.
We're not stealing them.
Okay. This is the most original wall of the very original abbey. There's a story that when St. Columba was building the original abbey, the walls were threatening to fall due to the devil wanting to stop the building. The only way that this could be stopped was a human sacrifice, and one of Columba's 12 disciples, Audran, offered to take up the task. Columba buried him alive beside the wall of the chapel. 3 days later, Audran was dug up again and he was alive. So therefore, Columba had to rebury him. And when they reburied him, he filled his mouth with soil and begged the ground to swallow him up. Iona had spiritual significance for the Vikings also. Despite the fact they never actually settled on Iona, just along this little brook they have found a Viking boat burial. I wonder, did they realise that the soil expunged their sin?
Right, we're now heading up to Dreich. Iona wasn't always called Iona. It was called I or Nai. Its name was changed 1,000 years ago. Where are we going? Yeah, we're going this way. Dreich is the highest point on Iona. It's that wee bump over there. But there's a few interesting things at the top, so we'll take you up and show you.
This is the view from not quite the top of Dreich. This is how far I've come. The top's up there somewhere. My vertigo has kicked me twice and I've decided to call it a day. Martin, however, is jumping the last couple of feet up to the top because the ground doesn't move for him like it does for me. Got to love vertigo. Dreich is the highest point on Iona. At the top, allegedly, is the Well of Eternal Youth. St. Bridget came here every evening to bless the water and also visited at midnight on the summer solstice.
Now this is Dreich. It's the highest point in the island, and from here you can see all the way around 360 degrees. You've got Columbus Bay on the beach way down at the south end there. You have the large bay over there, over on the east side. That has another name. It's known as the bay at the end of the ocean, or the other side of the ocean, because hundreds and hundreds of years ago that was as far as they could go. They didn't know there was anything across the ocean. You can also see up north, up to all the white sand beaches, and all the way back across Mull. You can see right across to the mountains of Jura, and possibly might be able to see. No, that's a bit cloudy. I was thinking you might be able to see Bencrucken, which is a few miles from our house, but it's over that way. Right now, I'm going to find the Well of Eternal Youth. Well, I found the Well of Eternal Youth, but it's not very eternal. It's dried up. That there is the Well of Eternal Youth. It was apparently blessed by St. Bridget, and she would come and bless it every morning at sunrise, or was it at sunset? One of the two. Anyway, she would bless it every day, and if you were to drink from it or wash your face from it, it had restorative healing properties, and it was known as the Well of Eternal Youth when it's been raining. Yeah. Fail. Right, I'll go find Julie and get back down this hill. I don't actually want to get back down off this hill. It's just like the views are just ridiculous. They're intense. It's just absolutely stunning in every direction. You can see right back down towards the Abbey. And like way over there. You can see Finifer in the distance there as well. Right across the rest of Mull, and if you look up there, you have Skye. And you probably can't see in the camera, but over there, the big lump, that's Benmore. That's the highest mountain on Mull, which I will get around to climbing at some point, just not today. And how the hell did I go up here? But if you're thinking of coming up here, if you're on Iona, it's definitely worth the walk up. It takes about half an hour, maybe an hour if you're smoking stuff and aren't particularly fit like us. So. But definitely worth the view. Definitely worth the view, no. Definitely worth the visit. Definitely worth the walk, climb, hike, whatever you call it. Just wear sensible shoes because the ground's a bit rocky, a bit muddy at times, and you sometimes do need to use your hands, so you will get a bit dirty. You can put your tongue back in. Easy.
Thought Iona would be a quick day trip. I could really do with a weekend here. But when we look at these unusually shaped mounds, I'm going to tell you some of the different stories that surround the island. The first story links up the little mounds behind us, that most of them are perceived as fairy hills, and the headstone that we found in St. Dora's Church. That was the headstone of Netta Fornario, and this is her story. Netta belonged to the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, a group quite deeply based in the occult. Apparently Bram Stoker was part of this group, but she felt she had a calling to Iona because of the thin air and the atmosphere, and there was talk that it was easier to travel over to the other side. So she came to Iona, and one night, nobody knows why, she headed out of her croft with a knife and decided she was going to dig her way into a fairy hill. She was reported missing the next morning, but wasn't found until 2 days later. She was found completely naked except for a cross and a cloak, and a cross had been dug beneath where she lay. She was found on the fairy mound, and although coroners decided that she had died of exposure, it is presumed that she could have had a bad psychic attack. There are also rumours that one of the other members of the cult possibly made sure she had a demise.
Just passing yet another self-erected monument to Campbells and Sutherlands. Historically, two of the richest families in Scotland. Coincidentally, the two families who were the most involved in the Highland clearances. There are just monuments to their family all over the country. We've got them several just a few miles from our house. This is the second one I've seen today for them. They've got the effigies in the abbey itself, and there's one to some Sutherland who married a Campbell. Yeah, not impressed.
There are also stories surrounding Sithen Moor, or Angel's Hill. Apparently that's where Columba had been seen speaking to the angels. Other monks had seen the angels descending down on him. If you sit on the grassy knoll of Sithen Moor, you can hear fairy music. So there. Two men were coming home from fishing and passed the ferry hill and found an opening. One of them went in and joined the dancers, and the other stuck his fish hook in the door and left. The man who joined the ferry dancers appeared back out of the hill a full year later. His fish were still fresh until he brought them out in the open, and there they rotted instantly and dropped off his hook. It's also a lesser ferry hill. Yeah, it's all ferry hills in it. Sithen Beg. And if you're very unfortunate, you'll meet the Queen of the Fairies there. And the only way to avoid her is to sing this song while spinning 3 times round the ferry hill. I'm going to read it because I can't sing and I'll never remember the words. O Fairy Queen of Sithen Beg, I dance for you and all your kin. Let me pass freely now, don't come out and I won't come in. Iona also has a particular green marble pebble, and I see a couple in here. These are called mermaid's tears, and as always in Iona, there's a story about them. So this tale starts on the beach, probably this one, where a mermaid fell in love with one of the monks up at the abbey, and every night she would go up to the abbey and pray to get a soul so that her and the monk could be together. It never happened, and every night she went down to the beach in tears, and as her tears hit the beach, they turned these rocks green. That's the story. Therefore, mermaid's tears. If you keep a mermaid's tear in your pocket, it will save you from drowning. If you launch one into the sea, it can mend a broken heart, and it can remove any negative thoughts that you have. So let's give it a go. And it's gone. The turquoise of that sea is something to behold. The islands surrounding Iona were terrorised by ministers, monks, all heading to the islands to exorcise the seals. Not exercise, exorcise. Yes, it's a thing. Story goes that St. Columba turned anyone who displeased him or who turned down the offer of Christianity, he turned them to seals. Therefore, the ministers had to come out to exorcise them, to take their demons, and also apparently water witches away. Yep, true story. Look at that sea though. Wow. Homeward bound.
ferry by about 20 minutes.
Just.
We made about 20 minutes. I got from Finneford to Craig near in 40 minutes, less than 40
He drove
minutes.
like a psychopath.
I drove the way I had to. Anyway, we're on the way back to Oban. So, yeah, cracking day.
I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked